Hi everyone, this is Bag of Don at StockMarketCaddy.com. It is February 9th at about 6 p.m. and the Sunday night futures have just opened, and I wanted to give everyone a quick view of what we are seeing and what we might be anticipating. But before I do, I want to show you something. Do people really think that they can just go to the driving range once or twice and play good golf? Or go out, and buy those $2,000 golf clubs, buy the clothes, get yourself a $60,000 golf membership, and play good golf, or maybe watch a YouTube video, or maybe tweet a a golf swing or two to one of these guys and ask for instruction, and then go out and play good golf. I hope not. Well, the purpose of showing that video is not to discourage anyone. You can learn to become a good golfer. Maybe even better than the person who ultimately is teaching you how to play golf. But like anything, it takes time, it takes commitment, it takes good instruction, it takes a mentor to learn from. And that's really why we show that video. We're not making recommendations to buy or sell anything. When we make our videos on Sunday night to show a perspective of the markets, we try to educate folks as to how we approach the markets, what we have learned. We're not to say that you can't learn from others. Of course you can. But what we're emphasizing is that you can't watch, we don't believe that you can watch a video or two on YouTube and go out and play great golf or go out and become a great stock trader. We don't think that it's something that can just be picked up haphazardly. I don't think you can just even though you may have the money, open up a brokerage account, open up a platform, and start pushing stocks around. It really takes a lot of thought, a lot of practice, and a very good fundamental approach. You'll hear people talk about that the market has become difficult. It's not that the market's become difficult. Golf courses changes from hole to hole and from course to course, and if you don't have a structured game, a good golf game, then yes, golf will become really difficult. We play the same game each and every day, each and every week, each and every month, year in, year out. And sometimes we do really well and sometimes we just do okay. So the approach is always the same. We have a strategy that is proprietary, written, called the Shark. It's either long, short, or flat. Gives us dynamic stop levels. We know the slope rating. We know the wind direction. We know the fairway width. We have individual clubs feeding us information back as to what the opportunities are. We know what the crowd is doing, and we know what the early birds are doing. Not only that, we know it on the 60-minute time frame, the 240, the daily, the weekly, and the monthly. In fact, this is the S&P, and so everyone can stop, by the way, S&P, Russell, NQ, and the Dow. Let me bring down so you can see how the Dow is positioned on a monthly. You can slow down this tape and video and see just how the markets are positioned. We make for our subscribers a 30-minute to 1 hour video each and every night in review, so they know at a glance what the markets are doing. But it takes a skill to manage these time frames, and I want to show you something else. Most people really don't know what time frame they're playing. They'll say short term, mid term, long term, and then you start asking them, well, what does that mean? And they kind of hesitate. Well, I just want to, I want to make X amount of money. You really need to know the time frame in which you're trading. You need to have a strategy. You need to know why you came in and why you would need to come out. Now, this is the ES. Give you an example. Now I've reduced this. We have this at a glance for all of our markets, not just the S&P 500, but the Russell, the Dow, silver, gold, corn, coffee, and we have them on all time frames. And if you had gone back and watched our videos, and they're still up at the beginning, at the beginning of January, these were all long, the daily, weekly, monthly, and we said that we were going to be hedging these long positions and be taking the short opportunities on the 60 and the 240 and we hope to put pressure on the daily. Well, we did, and we made good money on those hourly type frames. So much so that it put pressure on the daily, and the daily went short. So we now have a short position. It's underwater a little bit, but we are now long on the 60 and the 240. And you're probably saying, well, Don, how the hell do you do that? You can't be long and short at the same time. Oh, yes, you can. You can have more than one account, and we do. We have a long account for futures, and we have a short account for futures. We have a long account for stocks, and we have a short account for stocks. So and we choose our time frames, and there's more opportunity than one can possibly have money for, but we will have a position that is short, and this just went short on January 24th. And then if the 60 and the 240 now start to go long rather than come out on the daily, which is what most people will do, and they get whipsawed, they don't know whether they're going or coming or going, we'll simply go long in the long account on the 60 and 240. We won't make a ton of money, but we'll make a little bit of money. We'll just keep hedging. Ultimately, we want to see this become very profitable and stay short. If this flips back and goes long, then we will, on the shorter time frames, in all likelihood, just continue to take the short opportunities. These are our hedging, what we call our hedging time frames. We try to go against what we're doing up here to hedge ourselves. By the way, let me just show you our monthly system went long back on February 29th, 2012. Weekly, January 4th of 2013. The daily now is short on January 24th, and you can see the time frames for the 1 hour. Excuse me. The same thing can be done for for Apple or for Amazon or for any stock position. So you need to have a good strategy that complements itself and works on different time frames. Let me bring back the radar. You need to have a sound strategy that complements itself. You don't want to be trading too much, and it needs to be consistent. It needs to be fractal, work on all time frames, so you're not you don't get confused. So it needs to be sound, and then you need other good sound indicators. So what we're always doing day in and day out is we're monitoring our systems. So when we occasionally will tweet out and say that our system is showing XYZ, we're not trying to be a smartass. We're just trying to show that we are disciplined. When we put even things out, we're not even making a recommendation that anyone should be doing anything. We're not brokers. We're not financial planners. But we're just trying to show that you can be a disciplined golfer, a disciplined trader, and that a systems approach can and does work. Now, it does take a tremendous amount of work to develop these systems. These are computerized code behind here that we have written ourselves, back tested, forward tested. And like I say, we've traded these systems long before Twitter, StockTwits, and even long before, Bernanke. And we'll be doing it long after Janet Yellen. So once again, folks, the market is trying to get short. Going to be an important week. The daily will either get into a flat spot and resume the long move up, in which case on the shorter time frames, the 60 and the hour will begin to hammer again on the shorts, trading against the longer time frames, or the the pressure will build again on the weekly. I can't tell you what it's going to do, but I can tell you this: we won't miss it. Good luck. Be careful. If this sort of approach interests you, give us a call, drop us an email. Our subscribers get a 30-minute to 1 hour video each and every night. We think it's a tremendous value for the education that one gets in a month's time. We have a yearly subscription if you really want to stretch that dollar, which is wise. And then we accept a limited number of people to our caddy school if they're prepared, so that they can begin to secure this very same proprietary software on their own systems. We do not accept everybody. Folks, good luck. Feel free to give us a call, and we hope you have a great week trading. I almost forgot to mention, and I never want to forget this, if this appears to be too much for what you want to do, no problem. But we are big proponents of a very simple approach to trading called point and figure. If you come to our website called Stock Market Caddy, come to the Pro Shop over here on the left, scroll down to the lower left hand column right here, we have a 90-minute point and figure video instruction. It's approximately 90 minutes to 2 hours, and it is a very simple, precise approach to trading. It's how we approach point and figure, which is unique. And it's if you're not interested in really getting into the nit and gritty of becoming a real full-time golfer, if you will, and you want just to execute a shot or two or play a casual round, this is a great way to go, and we think a tremendous value.